I want to thank you for every single day and telling me that I was doing a great job, that I was the best Catwoman you ever saw. I want to thank you for lying straight to my face every day. Thank you.
My first film, Halls of Anger, and here comes the scene.
You listen to me.
Finally, they cut to me, and my face is something like, I guess, and the entire crowd bursts out laughing.
So many people love that movie, but for me, playing that character was just like...
Even the biggest stars have that one movie they wish fans would forget, or at least stop streaming. From Oscar winners to box office stars, these actors didn't just admit their cinematic sins, they even roasted themselves for the audience. Even the man who redefined acting wasn't immune to cinematic misfires. In the documentary Listen to Me, Marlon Brando listened to his old tapes and sighed about Bedtime Story, calling it probably the worst movie I ever made in my life.
I was ridiculous in the part that I played. Everything was bad.
He also lumped Candy into his "Why Did I Do That" era, those mid-60s paycheck projects that made him question his choices.
How can you do that to yourself? Haven't you got any fucking pride left? I've lost the audience.
Speaking of actors who like to roast their past selves, let's move over to a man whose first gig still makes him blush, Jeff Bridges. Before he bowled his way into cult status, young Jeff Bridges appeared in Halls of Anger 1970. Looking back, he even laughed about thinking that he nailed a tearful scene, until the audience laughed too.
My first film, Halls of Anger.
I've had it. You won't graduate. I don't care.
And here comes the scene.
You listen to me. You have never understood why so many black kids give up.
And I say, come on, cut to me, guys.
Maybe now you understand why they're so full of anger. Sure, they're not going to throw their arms around you.
Finally, they cut to me, and my face is something like, I guess, and the entire crowd bursts out laughing. And I just about had a bowel movement, man.
Of course, few actors are as honest about their bad movies as the king of muscles and misfires, Sylvester Stallone. Rocky fought for glory, Rambo fought for survival, but Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, that was Sylvester Stallone fighting for his dignity.
Will you stop trying to...
The funniest part? Arnold Schwarzenegger tricked him into taking it.
I heard that he tricked you into doing the movies that didn't work for you.
There's a thing, you know, when people prey on your insecurities, when you go, your age, you go, you gotta do this movie, you gotta do this movie because Arnold's gonna do it. I go, really? He goes, Arnold's gonna... I said, I don't think Arnold can do this one because he's playing like an American cop and they don't have German accents. He's just not gonna do it. Because I'm telling you, if you don't do this thing, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, he's in. He's in.
So I read the script and it was a piece of I mean, let's be honest. And so I said to myself, I'm not going to do this movie. And then Sly called me and he says, hey, have they ever talked to you about this movie? And I said, yeah. I said, I was thinking about doing it. I said, this is a really brilliant idea, this movie. And so when he heard that, because he was in competition, he immediately called him and says, look, whatever it takes, I do the movie. So he did the movie. Wow. And of course, the movie went major into the toilet.
From action icons to sitcom queens, next up, it's Jennifer Aniston's turn to face a leprechaun. Before Friends made her America's sweetheart, Jennifer Aniston's first film was the horror comedy Leprechaun.
I love Leprechaun, by the way.
Oh, see, there you go. I know, a lot of people do. I don't know why it's not my favorite, but it's listen, whatever blows your hair back.
Justin Theroux made her rewatch it. She said she couldn't stop cringing and kept walking out of the room.
You know, I watched it like 8 years ago with our mutual friend Justin Theroux, just for shits and giggles.
This is while you were engaged or dating him?
Dating at the very beginning, yeah. And I was one of those things where I tried to like get that thing out of the remote out of his hand, and there was just no having.
You mean he happened upon it?
He was like, no, this is happening.
Now, from sitcom royalty to Hollywood royalty, George Clooney's bat nipple confession is legendary. Before becoming Hollywood's Silver Fox, George Clooney donned the bat suit in Batman and Robin 1997 and instantly became the poster child for superhero regret.
Because didn't you
apologise to the crowd at Comic-Con for Batman and Robin?
I always apologize for Batman.
Let me just say that I actually thought I destroyed the franchise until they brought it back.
You know, somebody else brought it back years later and changed it. But, you know, I thought at the time this was going to be a very good career move. It wasn't.
Clooney's since laughed it off, proving that sometimes the biggest heroes are the ones who can laugh at their own flops.
There was a director named Joel Schumacher, who's a very funny man, very tall, very sort of eccentric.
And he would direct you like as if you would have some emotional scene. He would go, okay, people, all right, George, you know, your parents are dead, you have nothing to live for, action. I'm Batman. And
From Gotham's darkest night to Hollywood's brightest smile, it's Eddie Murphy's turn to laugh at his own flops. Eddie Murphy's career has more highs than a Beverly Hills mansion, but even he admits Holy Man and The Adventures of Pluto Nash were his worst films ever.
I did this horrendous film once. He did a cameo in a movie called Holy Man. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. And, it'd be easier to name the 4 worst movies.
Let's hear them. What do you got?
Pluto Nash, Holy Man.
Some say Norbit, but I like Norbit.
I love Norbit.
Murphy's misfires might have been out of this world, but Orlando Bloom's regret came from ancient history, literally. In Troy 2004, Orlando Bloom played Paris, the guy who starts a war over love and then hides behind his brother.
So many people love that movie, but for me, playing that character was just like, am I allowed to say all these things? I didn't want to do the movie. I didn't want to play this character. The movie was great. At one point it says, Paris crawls along the floor, having been beaten by somebody, and just holds his brother's leg. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. And one of my agents at the time said, but that's the moment that'll make it. And I completely fell for that line of an agent.
Years later, he admitted that he didn't want to play him and even joked about trying to erase the movie from his memory.
Do you love me, brother? Would you protect me against any enemy?
I think I just blanked that movie out of my brain, by the way.
Next up, a real-life superhero who faced her critics with class and a Razzie trophy. When Halle Berry won Worst Actress for Catwoman, she didn't just show up, she turned career embarrassment into comedy gold.
First of all, I want to thank Warner Brothers. Thank you for putting me in a piece of shit, god-awful movie. I want to thank the cast. You know, it's really important. In order to give a really bad performance like I did, you need a lot of bad actors around you.
Trophy in hand, her Oscar in the other, she playfully roasted the movie, the studio, and herself.
I want to thank you for every single day and telling me that I was doing a great job, that I was the best Catwoman you ever saw. I want to thank you for lying straight to my face every day. Thank you. Thank you. You know, in Hollywood, they lie behind your back, but she lied straight to my face. Love that. I love that.
Jonah Hex was supposed to be Josh Brolin's big comic book moment, but it turned out to be more of a curse than a hit. He quickly realized the movie was in trouble.
You know, it's not fun doing this when you have a movie that sucks. I mean, look, like it's been enough time now, but we've talked about it a lot. Jonah Hex.
Yeah, I talked to you for that one, yeah.
You know, it brought in a lot of people. I brought in Malkovich, I brought in Megan, all these people. So you have this silver platter of actors, and then the movie doesn't turn out necessarily as good. But you know, when everybody goes up an octave, there's a problem. They're like, oh my God, it's like super good. You know, I saw it. And you're like, I know you saw it.
And speaking of surviving cinematic chaos, our final star turned a whispery space villain into a Razzie-worthy laugh. Fresh off his Oscar win, Eddie Redmayne went from scientific genius to intergalactic drama king in Jupiter Ascending.
I won a prize for it for the worst performance of the year, so yeah, it was pretty bad performance for the counts. In Jupiter Ascending, my character had his larynx ripped out by this wolfman. And so I made this slightly bold choice, which I thought was right, of talking like this for the whole film.
I believe Titus is aware of the recurrence.
My spies whisper, but cannot substantiate.
So you have her print, but you don't have her.
His over-the-top, whispering villain became one of sci-fi's most unintentionally funny performances and earned him a Razzie to match his Academy Award.
You want a Razzie?
I won a Razzie this morning, so I'm leaving Los Angeles with an award, whatever happens. That was for Jupiter Ascending. I did what I thought was a bold performance, but I think it was a bit disastrous. But there you go.